Imagine spending $500,000 on a piece of machinery. We aren't talking about a Ferrari. We're talking about a 20-ton steel beast designed to feed the world. You own it, right? I mean, it's in your barn, your name's on the title. Well, you're wrong.
I'm stupid, you're smart. I was wrong, you were right.
Welcome to the 21st century where John Deere decided that you don't actually buy a tractor anymore. You're just a glorified long-term tenant in some kind of high-tech software prison.
Nothing runs like a deer.
Today, we're looking into John Deere, a company that took the right to repair and chucked it into a wood chipper. We're talking about planned obsolescence, so aggressive that it makes Apple look like a charity. Go ahead and grab your 10mm socket and sit on down. Oh, wait, you lost that. Never mind. Let's go ahead and look at the software prison that they've put everyone in. See, back in the day, if your tractor coughed, you grabbed a wrench, yelled at the engine, and you fixed it. It was simple. Now, if a $5 sensor in the exhaust manifold gets even a sniffle, the entire machine enters limp mode.
Are you kidding me?
And when we step back and look at it, I mean, this isn't really a mechanical failure, it's a digital fence. John Deere uses consumer psychology to sell you on precision agriculture, which really is just corporate speak for, we track your every move so we can bill you for the privilege of turning left. John Deere has turned a tractor into a Veblen good. And if you don't know what a Veblen good is, well, here's a basic overview. When a normal everyday item goes up in price, you shy away from purchasing that item. So let's say there's a shirt that you've been eyeing and it's normally $20 and the price goes up to $55. Well, you might think twice about buying it until the price comes down or a big sale happens. But a Veblen good is where they increase the price of an item the more it sells. And people actually buy more and more of that item because there's an illusion of scarcity and prestige, and of course being part of a social status. So think of high-end luxury products like sports cars or designer handbags. Okay, now that the basic is laid out, let's get back to John Deere. See, it's not about the steel, it's about the proprietary code inside. They've successfully convinced the market that a tractor you can fix is obsolete, while the one that requires a certified technician to even check the oil is innovation. Think about the logistics of this scam. You're in the middle of a harvest. Every hour that tractor is down, it costs you thousands. You know what's wrong, it's a sensor. You have the part in hand, but if you plug it in, nothing happens. The tractor stays dead because it has been blessed by a Deere dealership's proprietary laptop. That's not a business model, that's a hostage situation. Why do they do it? Follow the money. The ledger lords realize that selling you a tractor once every 20 years is a terrible way to keep the shareholders happy. They need reoccurring revenue. They want you on a subscription. They want to charge you for data. They want to charge you for unlocking features that the machine is already physically capable of doing.
What the fuck?
You know, it's like buying a truck and being told you have to pay $50 a month just to use a high beam. Stupid. And the best part, they claim they're doing it for environmental safety, which is the ultimate greenwash. They say you can't fix it because you might mess with the emissions. Right, because nothing says protecting the planet like forcing a 20-ton service truck to drive 100 miles to your farm just to click enter on a keyboard. Come on, let's get real with this. So what does a farmer do when a $600,000 harvest machine turns into a lawn ornament and the nearest dealership is a 3-day wait? He goes to the dark web. I'm not joking either.
Oh my God!
There is a literal underground railroad of Eastern European firmware. Ukrainian hackers are writing custom cracked software for John Deere tractors. Think about the irony. You have a 4th-generation American farmer in Nebraska, a guy who bleeds red, white, and blue, forced to buy a pirated tractor juice software from a guy in Kyiv named Victor just so he can plant some corn. Why? Because Victor doesn't care about John Deere's EULA. He provides a John Deere Service Advisor computer program crack that lets the farmer actually talk to his own machine. It's literally the digital version of a moonshine run. These farmers are tuning their tractors like Volkswagens, not because they want more horsepower, but because they want the right to repair without a corporate tether. John Deere has been systematically consolidating dealerships. Back in the day, you had mom and pop shops. Now, you have massive mega dealership groups that own every shop in a 3-state radius. If you have a problem with dealer A and you try to go to dealer B, surprise, they're owned by the same holding company. It's a logistics choke point. They control the parts, they control the software, and they control the technicians. It's a toll booth on the road to dinner, and the toll is your entire profit margin. But the farmers are fighting back. The right to repair movement is the only thing standing between us and a future where you don't even own your toaster. If John Deere wins, every industry follows. Your car, subscription. Your fridge, subscription. You know what? At this point, your limbs, subscription. Let's talk about the absolute carnage this software-first philosophy leaves in its wake. In the old world, a piece of farm equipment was an heirloom. You'd see a 1970s 4020 still humming along because it was built of iron and spite. Today, John Deere has introduced Planned Obsolescence to our food supply. When the software in a 2026 model becomes unsupported because John Deere decided the server costs weren't worth it, what happens to the machine? It becomes a brick, a 20-ton green-painted paperweight. This is the ultimate greenwash of the century. They tell you they're saving the planet with efficiency, but really, they're creating the most expensive e-waste in history. If your tractor's motherboard fries and the proprietary chipset isn't being manufactured anymore, you're done. You can't swap an generic part. The software handshake won't happen. It's literally a digital organ rejection. They make the old machines so impossible to maintain that you're forced back into the dealership to sign another 5-year note on a machine that's even more locked down than the last one. Now here's the secret sauce. John Deere isn't just a tractor company. They are a bank that happens to sell green paint. Their financial services arm is a massive chunk of their profits. They don't want you to pay cash. If you pay cash, they lose leverage. They want you under the thumb of Veblen economics, where status is tied to high interest loans that they control. If you miss a payment, they don't send a repo man, they deactivate your engine from an office in Illinois. Imagine that logistics nightmare. Your $500,000 combine won't start in the middle of October because of a billing error. This isn't smart tech. It's literally a digital knee breaker. And don't even get me started on limp mode. If a sensor that regulates fluid temperature is slightly out of spec, the machine will throttle itself down to 5% power. It literally goes into a limp. They claim it's safety. I call it BS. It's to protect the revenue stream. By forcing limp mode, they ensure you can't finish your work without calling them. They are using the biological clock of the earth to extort service fees. It is a ransom note on a liquid crystal display. Leaving John Deere isn't just switching tractors anymore. It's a digital divorce where they keep the kids and the damn dog.
John, I want a divorce.
They love the word proprietary. Since when is a hydraulic fitting a trade secret? In its basic form, it's a piece of metal that holds pressure. But by slapping that label on everything, they create this walled garden in the middle of a cornfield. If you control the code, you control the food, and the ledgerlords are playing for total system dominance. Look, at the end of the day, a tractor is just a tool. Or at least it used to be. It was built to serve the man in the dirt, not the man in the boardroom. But John Deere have somehow flipped the script. They've turned ownership into a subscription and self-reliance into a crime. They want you to believe that this is innovation, and it's not. It's a digital enclosure of the common ground. And if we keep letting them put a proprietary padlock on the things we need to survive, don't be surprised when you wake up and realize that you're just a tenant on your own land. This has been a success breakdown of the industrial hostage crisis known as John Deere. And if you want to keep digging into the hidden mechanics of the business world before they password protect the shovel, stick around, or don't. Honestly, YouTube has probably already decided your opinion for you. As for me, I'm going to see if I can fix my lawnmower before someone tries to sue me for it.